Okay, so the burn marks on here are from the router because I had to do the router by hand and put this into a vise. And so there's little burn marks on it. But what I did is I rounded it off. So now nothing will, if something falls on there, just, you know, it's like raindrop off a duck's back. It just rounds to one side or the other. So it's not mounted in there hard yet, but I cut that to the exact length so it fits in there. And basically what this is gonna do is gonna provide support. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a thin piece underneath of solid oak like that, but I gotta get just a little bit thinner. That over there is a little too thin, but I might end up using that. But what I'll end up doing is I'll just use screws and come through the floor. I'm gonna set it a little bit off center. This screw right here is not centered. It's a little bit to the right. That's fine. That'll, hang on a second here. This thing wants to be a bitch. It's really tight. Okay. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll end up lining that up with a screw. It's gonna be closer to this side than this side. In the event that I get some really nice, well, I mean, I already got a really nice battery, but in the event that I get a bunch of batteries and decide I wanna put the batteries in the drawer, what I can end up doing is adding an additional one of these, but I would actually use something not quite this tall, but you know, somewhere between that and that, okay? And I'd run it right alongside the batteries. And so I just put the batteries on one side by one rail, and then the other area would just be, you know, extra space. And so at that point, what I would end up doing is I'd probably end up removing this and either moving it over to the middle or just removing it all together, because that extra side rail next to the batteries would be plenty strong. But I'm not there yet. I don't know what batteries I'm getting. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna screw this in. The drawer is already plenty strong without this. This is just extra. You see what I'm saying? Just, it's kind of like a no-brainer, just to make it a little stronger. So that'll be a substantial thickness of wood when you think about it, because you got that plus the plywood plus the other little guy that you'll use as the backing. And if I ever decide to peg it, it would be really strong. But like I said, I don't know what I'm doing with the batteries yet. I could always just go ahead and peg this in from underneath, and then you got to screw it in first, and then the screws are holding it in place. Then you can peg it. Then you can remove the screws and peg where all the screw holes were. But the point is, I don't know if I'm going to use this for batteries or not. I don't know if there's going to be something where it's like, oh, I wish this was just over a little bit, because then it'd be perfect. So I'm going to kind of leave it fluid right now and just use screws for the time being. All right, see ya. Give you a little overview again of everything. Got these sanded off nice. We got our oak. Well, it's not sanded yet, but we got them sawed off nice. These are our oak guys. The only thing is that little hole. I can put a little, put something in there to fix that, to fill that. The whole thing is 45 and some change and wide, and the van opening is wider than that, so, or the door is on the van. So this thing's gonna be able to pull out through the side door of the van, which is gonna be really nice. All right, see ya.